Video, we're going to need, one second, a ruler. I'm going to use two colors. Okay, like usual, let's do a title. Let's put a space at the bottom. And a spot on the side for important ideas, topics, and a way to organize. Alright, this one is going to be called remainders versus decimals. Now, in division, there are situations when both are necessary. Sometimes having a remainder makes sense, sometimes decimals make sense. Sometimes you can decide whatever one. So, let's look at remainders. We're going to do two examples. So, example one. Example one. I have 52 cookies. I don't know why, but I have them. There are 25 students in my class. How many cookies does each student get? So I have 52 cookies, there are 25 students in my class. How many cookies does each student get? Now, would it make sense to say each student gets 2.08 cookies? No. Okay, in this case, your answer is something like, we can do it, 52 divided by 25, we get 2, with 2 left over. So I'm going to write, in this case, each student gets 2 cookies. And there are 2 extra. You know, this happens a lot. You have 27 pieces of pizza, there's 25 students, each one gets 1, and then there's 2 extra. You don't give each person 1/25 or a 2/25 piece of a pizza. Good. So for splitting up things, like cookies or pizza, etc. Let's look at another type of example. Again, there are millions of examples you can look at. I'm just going to give 2 just to get an idea of what I mean. So, there are 13 girls who want to play volleyball at recess. So if they make 2 teams, how many people are on each team? So we see there's a problem here. Now again, would they ever say each team is going to get 6.18 people? No, you can't have 0.18 of a person. And if you do, that's a bigger problem than finding teams for volleyball. So in this one, you don't have to do division, but I'm going to. So now, this time we have each team has 6 people and 1 extra. Okay, so each team has 6 people with 1 extra person. Now, of course, you could do teams of 7 and 6, or 1 doesn't play. I'm not concerned with what that one extra person does, but we see we have 6 people on each team with 1 left over. That's a remainder. We don't have decimal people. Okay, and now I'm going to divide that, and we're going to look at decimals. Okay, again, we're going to have 2 examples. I might have to write a little smaller here. So I want to look at one example. 3 friends want to buy a video game for $63.90. How much does each pay? Okay, so we have a very exact price. The entire game is $63.90, and 3 friends are going to split the cost. So in this case, if we want to be fair, we need an exact answer. I'm going to do a quick division. I'm going a little fast, make sure I do it correctly. Bring down our 0, and now we have 1 more 0 here. Good, so I'm going to write each person pays $21.30, if you're being fair. In real life, though, you could estimate it. Each person pays $20 or $21, and you find the rest of the money somewhere. All right, and example 2. Ten blocks are on top of each other. In total, they are 35 centimeters tall. I want to know how tall is each block. Now, it would not make sense here to estimate. You would not say each block is 3 centimeters tall with 5 centimeters extra, or each one is 11 with 2 centimeters extra. If this is a real life situation, you have 10 blocks stacked on top of each other. There's not 10 there. You don't have an extra space or something. So this one we would actually have to do. Yep, and just so we're good, this one is also the answer. This one will be 35 divided by 10. We get 3. Now we want to put a decimal, got a 0, and we get an exact 5. So in this case, make sure you can see that. 35 divided by 10, we got 3.5. So we have an exact answer. Each block is 3.5 centimeters tall. Okay? Let's make that capital just to be good English. Alright. So we have 2 examples for remainders. In these 2 examples, it would not make sense to do decimal. And in these 2, we have decimal. This one could be estimating, but if you want to be 100% fair, it would be exact, and this one has to be exact, or it wouldn't make sense. So, for this one, we are not going to do a summary, but you're going to finish something. I want you to create an example. Create an example where a remainder answer makes more sense. So create an example like one of these where your answer makes more sense with a remainder, not a decimal. Now I only want you to create the question, so do not solve. Just create the question, and you have this entire space. Thank you. Oh, actually, hold on. I'll just do one in case you missed something. You can pause it wherever you want. Good.